Oh, hey guys and girls, yeah, this is video log number 2 or 3 I do believe of the Seat Marbella. You can see we've got Fiat Panda headlights in it at the moment because Seat Marbella headlights are pretty difficult to get hold of. So it looks a bit wrong, but it'll do the job. You get a big gap underneath, but at least it's MOT legal now. So there's just some spare ones I had down in the garden. They did need repaired themselves, but oh well, it's okay. Remember the rust we had, the bubble of rust there? We've gone over it with red some hammerite. Red hammerite, believe it or not, guys and girls. As it's an absolute match to this car. The colour is an absolute match. I mean, you can't get much more of a match than that. It probably only looks slightly different because the paint's bulging out a bit.
Shade off.
Probably just a shade off, but as I'm going to say it is a bodge because we couldn't get any paint for this, but you can see around the filler pipe here. That's come up really nice. I've managed to bend it all straight again, de-rusted it all, and put some hammerite over it. But luckily enough, the filler pipe ring here, which sadly is all split and perished, but the filler pipe ring there will cover a lot of that up, so that's going to be all nice and good. As you can see, we've taken the dashboard out. We're not going to bother taking the steering cowling off because it's got the choke in it. I mean, we can't bother to take the choke out. There's nothing much you can really do about it. It is scratched up, but that's just the way it is. There's nothing much you can do about that. But just leave it as it is. It's a shame, but it doesn't matter.
Put back to black on it, cover it.
Brother in the car. That's going to be your sitting position, isn't it? When you're
yeah, this is how I'm going to drive.
This is how you're going to drive, is it?
I'm not bothering with any seats, you know.
No.
Natural rate, some weight reduction, you know.
Yeah, boy racer style, where it's stupidly low down, massively back. That's it. Yeah, one hand on the bloody top of the steering wheel.
That you lean on.
That's right. Yeah, ridiculous. I don't know. But yeah, it's all right. Just a quick note, guys and girls, they do actually have different speedo cables to the Fiat Panda and the Fiat Cinquecento. So if you do ever take a Seat Marbella to bits, make sure you don't damage the speedo cable because they look like they only fit this car. So just be careful on that one. One thing I didn't realise on this car was that the Fiat, sorry, the Seat have a metal filler. Yeah, Seat Leon.
Yeah,
right.
Same cables.
Alright, there you go. Seat Leon probably has the same cable, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, there's a guy on Fiat forum at the moment who's asking about rust on the thing. Well, you're seeing these lovely seams here, there's not one speck of rust. The dark patch there is not rust, it's just where the underseal, well, whatever it is, it's just got shrank smaller and it's cracked the paint. But it's still painted all nice and good. Yeah, it's proper good. I'm well chuffed with this. There was rust on it, obviously. Obviously, a car of this age, you just can't be rust on it. You can see there was some rust there. I've gone over it with some hammerite. I'm going to underseal the whole of the underside of this car at some point in time. Just because it's definitely worthy of saving. Definitely worthy of saving. The underside is pretty good from what I've jacked it up and had a look at. It's now got the new seat belt in it from a Fiat Cinquecento. You do have to modify the seat belts a bit. You have to sort of drill through a little hole on it to the actual mounting hole. I don't know if I can show it on this one actually. Oh, there you go. Right, you see on this one here, this hole through this actual seat belt mounting is actually threaded. So the bolt actually threads into that. So what you have to do is you just have to drill through it and knock through the threaded hole. Makes it all nice and makes it easier to just convert it over rather than to source a new one from somewhere. It's still safe and secure. Christ, the thing could lift tons, but you know, it's just something you have to do when you're trying to source when you're trying to source what do you call it, new parts. But yeah, there's the dashboard down there. It's pretty good. Can you just pop the bonnet for us, Ollie?
Popped it.
Is it popped already? Oh no, it wasn't. You can just see how good the paint's come up. All we did was polish it a little bit, and it's come up lovely. The paint has. It's really good. I've actually managed to get in contact with the previous owner of the car, which is quite nice. And I think after he sees all this, like, he's going to definitely want it back. He's definitely going to want it back. It's a lovely little car, this. Ridiculous. But yeah, the next task I'm going to do is around the battery tray. As you can see here, look, it's really rusty. It just literally needs the red amorite just covering it. I'm going to get the sandpaper on the paint edges, smooth them down, and then just red amorite, just to make it nice. I've taken the battery lead off. I mean, the battery terminal leads are a bit knackered. The positive one's quite bad as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, you see how small the thread's gone. It needs sawing through and a new bolt putting through it, which is going to be a stainless steel one. That isn't rust, by the way, guys and girls. That's just like some form of weird sealant stuff, which is what this sticks to it with. Strange. But yeah, as you can see, the Panda headlights, you can see we had to replace a couple of the bolts on it because they had snapped off. I didn't realise that when I found them at the scrapyard, but I'm glad I picked them up because they are quite handy. They've got stainless steel bolts through them, so they shouldn't rust again. You'll see that we've got the some light bulbs hanging out. Don't worry about those because if you look, we still have got light bulbs in the car. They're just the ones from the original, there's the ones from the Panda wiring loom, so I've just hung them down. But yeah, we did an oil change on the engine yesterday. Yeah, I got a free filter off our friend. It's a bit raised up because it's a bit over the max line, because we've just had to jack the we've lowered the back end of the car down a bit. But when it's on the straight, it reads perfect. And, yeah, other than that, oh, is that a hole in my steering gaiter there? Looks like it is, doesn't it? That'll be something I need to look into. I'll have to try and get a replacement steering gaiter from somewhere for that. I've heard there can be quite a pain in the backside to actually replace on these cars, but yeah, the steering gaiters, because you've got to try and get them over the things. But oh well, that's just something I'll have to look into. For the time being, I can super glue that back together while I source some. It could be the same as the Fiat Panda steering rack, so I'll just get a couple of Fiat Panda steering gaiters for it. It'll be fine. Nothing much else engine-wise. The engine's running sweet. Alternator bearings are very noisy, which is a bit of a shame, but I can soon strip them down and stick a couple of new alternator bearings in there. That won't be difficult to do. But yeah. Oh yeah, there's your fuse box. The guy on Fiat Farmer wanted to know where your fuse box was. I've got to take a picture of those as well to show him. That's where your fuse box lives in this car. You do get a sort of diagram. Yeah, not much of one. Brother's messing around with the clutch. It sits back on there nicely. Bit of an annoyance is this thing here. It hangs down and it fills your spare wheel up full of water. Just coming through there. No, it's not, thankfully. So if I take it off, more water will come through. I need to sort of get it so it sits up somehow. Yeah, it's a bit permanent though. I was thinking of just taking it off and redrilling the holes so it sits right. We'll see anyway. Or just sitting something in between that and the spare wheel, sticking something to it. We'll see. Other than that, yeah, the car's drying out slowly, or the interior. We've got a lot of it hanging up to dry. Boot flooring, dash panel, rear seats, carpets, and the seats themselves, which are coming out quite nicely. I've got a bit of a stain on this one. It's on the backrest. You can just see it above my finger. It's been a pain. I've tried all sorts on it to get it out, but I have got some stain remover, which I've not used yet. So I'm going to try that one next. So literally all I'm doing at the moment is just waiting for paint to dry. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to not refit the fuel pipe just yet. I'm going to underseal the rear arch, get that all done and out of the way, and then I'll fit the fuel line. But that's probably going to take me till God knows how long to do. Undersealing does take a while. We will see. We will see. Anyway, guys and girls, that's 11 odd minutes of rambling on about the car. I will catch you in the next video, I guess. Peace out, everybody, and thanks for looking.